welcome back to my channel. A little bit of a different video today. If you are not already subscribed, then make sure to do that, and then we'll get straight into the video. So this is my personal tips for either new people in the gym, so if you're brand new to going to the gym, these tips are for you, or they can also apply to people that are training alone in the gym for the first time, because I know that can be a little bit daunting as well. I hope it's helpful. If it is, let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's get into it. So I have 10 tips, so we're going to work through them. Number one is to be confident, and that means faking it till you make it. That is my life motto, and it's working for me so far. So literally just be confident, and if you're not confident, then fake it, because no one will know the difference. And the more you pretend to be confident and tell yourself that you are confident, then the more of a reality that will come. Whether this is your first time in the gym or your 10th year in the gym, no one's really gonna know, because they're not paying that much attention to you. Like, you think that all eyes are on you, but really everyone's in their own little world, everyone's there to do their own workout, and they do not give a shit what you're doing. So just be confident, fake it till you make it, you got this. The other thing that helps with that is making a banging playlist. So make a really good playlist that gets you going, that makes you feel confident. Put those earbuds in and then just zone everybody else out, and then that also can help with your confidence, because you're just in your own little world, you don't have to worry about anyone else. And yeah, fake it till you make it. Number two is to have a plan and then a backup plan. So what I mean by that is, don't go in the gym having no idea what you're going to train. It's okay to not have every exercise planned out, because I sometimes just go in and wing it, but I would not recommend that if you are brand new to the gym or if you're training alone for the first time. Whether that's a plan you've written yourself, even if it's just what muscle group you want to train, I would have that laid out, and then have maybe at least 4 or 5 exercises that you know that you want to do in those muscle groups, and then from there you can kind of see what else you fancy doing. If you're not comfortable writing a plan yourself, then I recommend either getting a PT or an online coach, link in bio, or just purchasing a gym guide, making sure that whoever you're getting your information from is fully qualified, because you do not want to injure yourself or do anything that could lead to an injury. By having a backup plan, I mean if you're going to the gym in the evening when it tends to be a little bit busier between like 5 and 7, you want to have backup exercises that will do the same thing as exercises that you actually plan to do in the first place. So for example, if the squat rack is really busy and you just can't get on it, then you might want to go and do a goblet squat with a dumbbell instead, or something similar. So make sure you have a few ideas of what you can do instead, especially if your main workout does involve a lot of the like more popular equipment, or if your gym doesn't have a lot of a certain thing, then make sure that you have alternatives for that exercise. Again, if you need any help with that, drop me a message. I'll happily talk through a workout with you and tell you what you can do instead of something. Number 3 is to get a PT or an online coach. So if you are new to the gym, I would actually recommend getting a PT that is going to be with you there in person, because much as I love online coaching, it is quite difficult sometimes to coach someone that's never been to the gym before through online services. With my clients, I have an app which gives you video demonstrations of all the exercises that I want you to do, so it's quite easy to follow if you're like a visual learner and can learn from a screen. And then I also get my clients to send me videos of their form so I can check they're doing everything correctly. But if you don't learn very well in that way, then I recommend getting a PT at your gym, and they'll be there with you in person to make sure you're doing everything properly. You don't have to have a PT forever. You can literally have a few sessions just to show you around the gym, make sure you're comfortable with all the equipment there, and just get your confidence up until you're ready to do it alone. With coaching, it is a little bit different, because the coach isn't there with you all the time. You do have to be self-motivated, but it is quite useful for programming purposes, especially if you're not really used to programming your own workouts, or if you're someone like me who refuses to program themselves a more challenging workout. I'm getting better at this, but I got a coach for a while because I was realising that I wasn't challenging myself in the workouts that I was writing for myself, just because I would chicken out and be like, no, I'll save that for someone else. which is bad. So yeah, if you're like that, then an online coach is also useful because they will challenge you. Number 4 is to use YouTube and Instagram to educate yourself and to also inspire you. I feel like there's a balance between those two things that you want to nail. There is tons and tons of information on the internet. I would say that for the gym and learning how to go to the gym and how to use different equipment, YouTube and Instagram in the form of videos is the best way to learn. I have a few videos on my YouTube, but if you want me to do any specific gym videos, let me know what would be helpful. But if it's not on mine, then literally just search what you're looking for and something will come up. Like, there are so many videos out there that go into so much detail that are by professionals. So again, just a disclaimer, make sure that where you're getting your videos from is from someone who is qualified to teach you what you're trying to learn, because otherwise that's not going to be good for anyone. Number 5 is to find online communities. So I kind of started my Instagram fitness account to find people that were like me, that were training in the gym, just starting on their fitness journey, blah blah blah. So yeah, if you feel confident enough to do so, or if you want to build your confidence, make yourself a fitness account on Instagram. There are hundreds and thousands of like-minded people like you that are starting on their gym journey, that you can communicate with, that you can make friends with and share tips and tricks with and all of that good stuff. And then obviously you can follow people that are more experienced and qualified, that will give you ideas and inspiration and teach you how to do things. As well as Instagram and social medias, there are also so many Facebook groups that have been really helpful for me. So I'll link the ones down below that I'm in, but I think the main two are Gals Who Sweat, which came out of Gals Who Graduate, and the Shreddy Facebook group. They're both really good community-based groups which have been really helpful for me, so I recommend searching on Facebook. You can search by area as well, so especially if you live in a big city, there's bound to be like a community of girls or guys going to the gym in that area that you can kind of link up with and share ideas. Number 6 is to get a fitness app. So when I started training in the gym properly, it was via the Shreddy app, which was very good for beginners. It shows you all the exercises pretty clearly. The programming is fairly basic, so I would recommend that for anyone who's just getting started. There's also Beyond, which is Megan Grubb's app, which I've heard very good things about, and I believe they do also have a 7-day trial. Also Alice Living's app I've heard very good things about, and I love her, so they would be the 3 of my recommendations. Just a little bit of a cheaper, more affordable option of getting that professional fitness advice and programming without having to pay for a PT or an online coach. Number 7 is to film yourself. I know this can be scary at the start, but no one cares. Like, literally no one cares that you're filming yourself, so go for it. This is really helpful to check your form, so you can watch it back and compare it to a video you found of someone doing the exercise that knows what they're doing. See if you look like them. Again, that's really good to send to a PT or a coach. Again, I'm happy to look at any videos if anyone wants me to check their form or give any pointers. I'm more than happy to do that. Number 8 is to start light and to work your way up. So it can be humbling when you see someone next to you picking up those huge dumbbells and you go for the lightest weight, but trust me, it's better to start light and build your way up than to try and go heavy too quickly and then to end up injuring yourself, and then that puts your confidence down and it's just a downward spiral from there. So yeah, my advice would be to start light, make sure your form is good, make sure you can perform a decent amount of reps with that weight before you then move up. So for me, I like to be able to perform about 10 to 12 reps, if not a few more, for about 3 to 4 sets before I move the weight up. Again, that is totally up to you, and everyone progresses at a completely different weight, but just remember that no one is judging you for picking up those lighter dumbbells. Number 9 is to train how it suits you, and remember that you don't have to copy anybody else's training program or split or whatever it is. You can do your own thing and be comfortable with that. So if you find it easier to fit in 2 or 3 workouts a week and you prefer them to be full body so that you don't get all of that ache in one area, or that's just all you have time for, then do that. You don't have to do like legs one day, shoulders the next day, biceps and triceps the next day. Like, you don't need to go into that much detail, especially if you are just starting out. 3 full body sessions a week is more than enough. Don't feel like you have to be training 5 or 6 times a week. You can also play around with that split and find a way that works for you. You don't have to stick to the same thing. You can mix it up, you can try new things. That leads me on to number 10, which is my last tip of the day, and that is to be adventurous. Try new things. You don't have to stick to the same exercises every time. You want to keep some of the same exercises in so that you can progress in those areas, and they tend to be like the bigger lifts. So I would recommend keeping in like squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts and bench press. The others you can kind of just mix and match what you're feeling that day. So you want to have some big compound lifts, which means that you're using more than one muscle group, and then you can kind of switch up whatever else you want to train with that. You can also play around with the layout of your session. So instead of just doing 3 sets of 10 reps for every exercise, you might want to start putting exercises together in supersets, or 3 exercises together in a tricep. You might want to try some circuit training, some every minute on the minute little circuits, little challenges for yourself, anything to mix it up and keep it interesting so that you don't get bored. A lot of people find the gym boring or think that they get bored in the gym a lot easier, but it doesn't have to be. You can make it interesting, you can make it fun. Remember, you are only competing against yourself. You don't have to be better than anyone else. Everyone's on their own journey at different points. So just accept where you are, where you're starting, and know that that's your start point, and you'll be progressing in no time. So I hope that those tips were useful, whether you are a newbie in the gym or whether you are training alone for the first time. I would love to hear how you're getting on. If you do implement any of these tips and go to the gym, let me know how you get on with that too. And I wish you all the best. I will leave all my online coaching details in the description if anyone's interested. But other than that, make sure you've given this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!